What is the VAR looking at if they are not looking at the match coverage?
It's a travesty. Remember, I used the words dictatorship.
By the scruff of the neck and say, for God's sake, do your job.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Welcome to the Footy Coach. This is our first video on YouTube, and I'm here to talk about why I believe PGMO lied on the weekend and been quite nefarious in the information that has been leaked to certain journalists anyway. Now, if we take a look at this statement, I think here it says where this is a clear and obvious factual error and has resulted and should have resulted in a goal being awarded through VAR intervention. I think this is probably, the stock statement that you would expect through the Referees Association here. Here it says the VAR failed to intervene. From what we now know after hearing the recordings, that's not actually true. And I heard many people say, oh, they've apologized, you should move on. If I was Liverpool Football Club, in fact, if I was even Tottenham Hotspur, who also are victims in this whole episode, I would not consider this to be an apology. Now, Dale Johnson of ESPN is, I would say, the person who seems to have the inside track on VAR, as though he's being given information from inside the PGMO. He says that Darren England checked the offside decision, thinking the onside decision, the decision on the pitch was a goal. And, some of this information that he's written here does match what we heard on the audio. However, we'll see why I don't believe that's true. Now, if we go to the transcript, first part is just what was happening during the action, in regards to Salah, assistant, I think the referee, they do the right job here. But there's one thing that stands out. I have no idea why the assistant referee on the other side of the pitch has said give it. I don't know why he's getting involved. It's nothing to do with him. So that's something that caught my eye. The next part is the assistant referee who flagged said, coming back for the offside, mate. So VAR, Darren England responds, just checking the offside. And, they go through the whole procedure with the replay operator who is, as far as I know, hired by Hawkeye. And you can see, as we go into the second part here, they're just doing the lines. And I think, they place the line on Sergio Romero. There's not much you can really gain here. It's standard procedure, and that's fair enough. So they do this, and I think Darren England just looks at what's on the screen and says, all right, check complete, that's fine, perfect. And here, the game restarts. I think there was a 30-second delay after he said check complete and the game restarted. There was plenty of time for them to recognize the error. And you can see the one person in the room who was not a referee is the person here trying to make them understand that they've made a mistake. Are you happy with this? Are you happy with this? He's asked that not once, not twice, 3 times. And it seems as though the other two, at first they say yeah, but then it takes a 3rd time for them to recognize that they've made the mistake. If you continue on in this transcript, of course I heard the audio recording, I'm sure all of you have so far. You see after Ollie is mentioned, Ollie is from PGMOL PGMOL hub operations, not Michael Oliver, who was fourth official on the day. Darren England's recognised his mistake, so they're effing and jeffing in there. And the operator saying, Ollie's said to delay the game. And Darren England's just like, you know what, it's too late, can't do anything now, mate. They've restarted the game. And then after, we see a shot of the throw-in being taken by Spurs. But just before that, Simon Hooper is standing there. And his face, to me, looks like someone who has just heard what's happened. Now, in the grand scheme of things, they're right. They can't stop the game. Due to the laws, the review's already taken place. I think there's a law about something about, reviews can't go on. Correct decision was a goal, as everyone knows. But for me here, if they haven't informed the referee, that's something that they should have done. Apparently, the referee didn't know until half-time. The VAR is the video assistant referee. The calls on the pitch that lead to whether a decision is a goal or not, whether it's offside or not, are actually in the end decided by the referee. Darren England was the video assistant referee. His job is to assist the referee on the pitch. Now, if he had told Simon Hooper, look, we fucked up on the offside, that just happened, it wasn't offside, it was actually a goal, Simon Hooper could have just said, you know what, I'm going to stop the game and I'm going to go talk to Ange and Klopp and tell them what's happened. And you know what? Ange and Klopp may have just sorted it out between them and said, look, here's what we're going to do. This is what's going to happen. Instead, what the initial statement and this apology reminds me of is Game of Thrones, seasons 1 to season 8. Jamie was blonde, then he was brunette. There's no consistency here in the statement, just like there's no consistency in the decision making. Now, there's a lot of people who are going to say this is corrupt, etc., but I don't see anything in that. From what I can see, they've just been incompetent, and the whole Middle Eastern trip really doesn't help them here. The statement from the Premier League and PGMOL, it's just a lot of corporate jargon. We've investigated ourselves. Which other organization in the world investigates themselves? If the police shoot someone, they refer themselves to the IPC, I think they're called, an Independent Police Commission. It would be like, a murderer being allowed to investigate himself. Maybe a bit MBS style when it comes to him killing someone. It really is that bad. PGMOL should not be allowed to investigate themselves. There should be an independent authority. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on this whole VAR situation and why I think the PGMOL were lying through their leaks and through their initial statements, and they've still not apologized, and Jurgen Klopp is calling for a replay. Thanks for watching, and as this is our first video, it would be very helpful if you could like this video and also subscribe to our channel.